Today, let's talk about common after-sales issues. Bent lines, inaccurate dimensions, deformed fonts and graphics during marking. Incorrect centering. Actual engraving size doesn't match the software settings. These are some common issues. All these issues are mainly related to the parameters. In the F3 section of the software, sometimes these parameters may become disordered or restored to default, which can lead to the aforementioned problems. The first step is to open our D drive. Find the factory parameter illustration. There is an image named box. This is the factory adjusted illustration. Then open the software. Adjust the parameters according to the factory illustration. Make sure to match the settings. If, for some reason, you accidentally deleted this folder from the D drive, you will need to manually recalibrate the parameters in the F3 section. First, adjust the area size. This value should be adjusted according to the actual specifications. For example, if the field size is 150, set the value to 150 as well. Step 2 is to adjust the height and width of the workspace to 150. The value for the upward adjustment is half of 150 and negative. If we set it to 0, the workspace will move upwards. This will cause an issue where the graphics are not centered in the workspace. When trying to center the graphics, they will shift to the bottom of the workspace. This happens because the setting is incorrect. To fix this, set it to half of 150 and make it negative. This will center the graphics in the workspace. Center it, and it will be aligned with the workspace center. Now, the next step is to adjust the proportion of gobble 1 and gobble 2. This is to adjust the bending, straightening, parallelograms, and trapezoids. First, make sure to determine the reverse. The difference between checking or unchecking the reverse is if, for example, we set the graphic like this in the software, but the actual print looks like this, with a mirror image effect, or like this. We need to check or uncheck the reverse option in the software. This will affect the orientation of the printed graphic. It's related to checking or unchecking the reverse option. The third step is to calibrate the proportion. This is the proportion calibration. First, draw a square within the maximum workspace. Center it, and then print it out. Measure the actual dimensions of the printed square. After measuring, input the actual engraving dimensions. For example, if its actual size is 160 or 150, and our target size is 150, then click OK. The proportion here will be adjusted in real time to a suitable parameter. After adjustment, the principle for adjusting gobble 1 and gobble 2 proportions is the same. Then, adjust bending and straightening. A graphical indication of bending and straightening. Bending. Gobble 1 is adjusted for up and down. Gobble 2 is adjusted for left and right. If, for example, the lines on the left and right, 如果说, or like this, adjust this value. The larger the value, the more concave the lines. The smaller the value, the more convex the lines. Adjust until the lines become straight. Similarly, adjust gobble 1's up and down. The method is the same. The larger the value, the more concave the lines. The smaller the value, the more convex the lines. Next, we have parallelograms. The principles for adjusting parallelograms and convex shapes are the same. Gobble 2 is adjusted for left and right. The larger the value, the more it moves to the right. The smaller the value, the more it moves to the left. Similarly, the principles for up and down are the same. Similarly, with our trapezoids, the adjustment method is the same after adjusting all of these. Then, with this, the problem should be solved. The second issue, if you encounter lines that are convex in one direction, or lines that bend in one direction, then this is likely a problem with the gobble itself. You will need to replace the gobble to resolve it.